Shalom, shalom, Israel. This is your brother Gad coming at you with a lesson, and I want to start off by giving all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Hamashiach, Wamalak, Yahweh Shai, worthy of all praises. Right? And the title of this lesson is going to be called, Do You Have Faith? Right? The title of this lesson is going to be called, Do You Have Faith? Because being in this truth, you have to have faith. And every one of us should ask ourselves, do we have faith? Do you have faith, right? Do you believe in the Most High, right? So real quick, before we kick it off, I want to get the definition of faith. I want to get the definition of faith real quick, right? Because some people may not have faith. Some people may be working on their faith. We have to have faith in this truth, the Lord said faith without works is dead, but also as well, faith being alone, so you have to have the faith and the works, but right now, as of now, we're talking about faith, right? Do you have faith, right? Now, real quick, let me get the definition of faith, right? So this is the definition of faith, right? It says complete trust or confidence in someone or something, right? Complete trust or confidence in someone or something. So you have to ask yourself, do you have complete trust in the Most High, right? Do you have complete trust in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai? Complete trust, not just I trust the Most High a little bit, right? Do you trust the Most High? Right? Do you have confidence? Right? I'm gonna read some of the words, right? It says trust, belief, confidence, hopefulness, dependence, hope, expectation, right? That's a good one. Expectation, right? Do you believe this truth? Do you believe the promises, right? Do you have faith, right? That's what we're going in tonight. That's what we're going into tonight, right? Do you have faith? Now let me get this precept, right? Salakia. Right, let me get this precept real quick. Right, we're gonna go to the book of Hebrews. Right, let's go to the book of Hebrews, chapter 11. Right, the book of Hebrews, chapter 11, and we're gonna start at verse 1. Right, and it reads, right, Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So that's what faith is, right? Is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen, right? Because we haven't seen, in this life, we haven't seen Yahweh Shai walk the earth. Right? We haven't seen Yahweh Shai walk the earth, but we have to believe and have faith that he did walk the earth, right? We didn't see the flood, right? We didn't see the flood happen. Through the spirit we saw it as we read, but we have to have faith that these things are faithful and true, that there's no lies in the scriptures, that the flood did happen. Yahweh Shai did walk the earth. Right? Yahweh Shai was beamed up in a chariot, right? We have to have faith that chariots are real. We can't think that these things are just made up, right? And we have to have faith that Yahweh Shai will come back, right? Salakia, real quick, right? Let's keep reading, right? It says, For by it the elders obtain a good report, right? The elders obtained a good report in the scriptures, right? Who are the elders? Those that have been in this truth, those that have been in this truth in the past, you know? You have some men today, they've been in the truth for 10, 15 plus years. But the elders that it's talking about is Abraham, talking about Isaac, Jacob, right? Noah, Enoch. David, those are the elders that it's talking about, right? Let me read that again. It says for by it the elders obtain a good report, and they have obtained a good report, right? It's like you're reading on. I'm gonna jump to verse 5. It says, Salakia, I'm jumping to verse 5. It says, by faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death. You see that? So by faith Enoch was beamed up, because Enoch believed in the Most High. Enoch was in the truth. Enoch had faith. It says Salakia, by faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because the Most High has translated him. For before his translation, he had this testimony that he pleased the Most High. Right? So do you have faith? Because by having faith, you're going to please the Most High. Right? You're going to obtain a good report, by having faith, because, faith is a big thing. Faith is actually a gift. Faith is actually a gift. You can't make yourself believe. You can't make yourself believe. These things have to come to you. Reading on Hebrews 11:6, it says, it's like, real quick, and if and this is something that brothers should pray for. Brothers should pray for faith. You don't just want to walk around like you're this mighty person that you have, and that you have faith when you really don't. If you don't have faith, maybe you should tell somebody. Maybe you should get on your hands and knees, and you should pray and cry to the Most High and ask the Most High to give you faith. Right? If you're lacking faith, right? Reading on Hebrews 11:6, it says, but without faith, it is impossible to please him. You see that? So without faith, it's impossible to please the Most High. Just imagine that, without faith, it's impossible to please the Most High. So you can go to camp, you can have a Bible on you, you could put fringes on, but if you really don't believe, you really don't have faith that America's going to be destroyed, you really don't have faith that you're even an Israelite, that you really don't have faith that Israelites don't even, you really don't have faith that Israelites don't exist. I mean, you don't even have faith that Israelites do exist, then it's all in vain, and you can't please the Most High like that. You got to be down for the get down. You got to be all in. Right? Reading on, it says, for he that cometh to the Most High must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. Right? So if you come to the Most High, you got to believe that he is. You got to have faith that this is the one and true only God. Right? You have to have faith that it's Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, and there's nothing else. You can't believe that, well, maybe Zeus is up there, or maybe these other gods are real and they're beside him. Right? That's madness. Right? The Lord said he is the only one, and there's none beside him. Right? So again, do you have faith? As we're going over these things, you got to ask yourself, do you have faith? And if you don't have faith, again, you gotta cry out to the Most High. You gotta cry out to the Most High and ask that he give you faith in these last days. Right? Because if you don't have faith, you can't please the Most High. You could read as much as you want. You could, do all these things. But if you don't have faith, then what? Then what's the point, right? Let's look at who else had faith, right? We're gonna look at some of the elders, right? Let's go to the book of Job, right? Let's go to the book of Job, chapter 1, and we're gonna go to verse 20. Now, if you haven't read Job, you got to go read Job, right? Job had a lot of faith in the Most High, right? Job had an extreme amount of faith, right? And Job lost it all. Job lost his house, his cattle. Job was a rich and wealthy man, right? He lost his cattle. He lost his children. His wife was bucking up against him. And he still had faith in the Most High, and he still believed in the Most High. He had faith that the Most High was going to get him through these things. He had faith that the Most High had not forsaken him. Job 1 in verse 20, it says, Salakia, it says, then Job arose, right? This is after Job lost everything, right? It says, then Job arose and rent his mantle and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshipped and said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. Yahweh gave, and Yahweh have taken away. Blessed be the name of Yahweh. In all this Job sinned not, nor charged the Most High foolishly. So Job blessed the Most High after he lost everything, right? Is it not saying in Sirach chapter 2 that whatsoever comes upon thee, take cheerfully, and trust in the Most High, right? Salakia, let me get that real quick. I gotta get that, right? This a heavy scripture, right? This a heavy scripture, right? Right? This is the book of Sirach, chapter 2 and verse 4. It says, whatsoever is brought upon thee, take cheerfully, and be patient when thou art changed to a low estate. See, Job was patient when he was changing to a low estate. You got to have faith. You can't just, a lot of people aren't really even, a lot of brothers and sisters aren't even really going through anything that's really, that's even comparison to what Job was going through. And they're losing their faith. They're falling out the truth. All hell is breaking loose, and they don't know what to do. Right? Brother might get a flat tire, and now he's questioning himself, is the Most High really with me? Right? O thou of little faith. Right? That's little faith. Right? Reading on, it says, I wanna jump to verse 10 actually. So I'm gonna read. I'm gonna jump to verse 10. It says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in his fear and was forsaken? Or whom did he ever despise that called upon him? Right? So you got to look at the generations of old. In Hebrews, the 11th chapter is a mighty chapter. If you looking to store up if you looking for more faith, if you looking to store up more faith, you gotta go read Hebrews chapter 11, right? That's a mighty chapter going into faith, showing how a lot of our forefathers had faith and they weren't forsaken of the Most High, right? It's a lot of beautiful things in Hebrews, the 11th chapter, right? It's going into David, Enoch, Job, I believe, Abraham, going in Noah, going into all these men that had faith, that had faith in the Most High and what it brought them, because having faith can bring you salvation. you know, because without having faith, you can't please the Most High. If you don't have faith, you'll fall out the truth. You'll give up. You'll be weak, and you know you won't be strong. You'll be weak. Right? Right, let's get another scripture, right? Let's go to the book of Daniel. Let's go to the book of Daniel, chapter 6. Right? And we're going to start at verse 16. Right? Daniel chapter 6 and verse 16. It says, "Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, Thy God whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. And a stone was brought and laid upon the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet and with the signet of his lords, that the purpose might not be changed concerning Daniel." Right? So Daniel got locked in the lion's den with lions. Right? Daniel in the lion's den with these lions. You know? Right? I want to jump down to verse 21, right? Let's see what happens, right? It says, you know, so I'm not gonna read this whole thing, but you know, the king went away, you know, he went to sleep, you know, he got up and he came to check on Daniel, right? It says, then said Daniel, it's like, verse 21, it says, so when the king came back, this is what Daniel told the king, right? Then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. My God hath sent his angel and hath shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me. For as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. Then so nothing happened to Daniel. You know, he was in the lion's den damn near all night. You know, and nothing happened to him, right? Right? Reading on, it says, then was the king exceeding glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his God. So Daniel had faith, right? Daniel believed, right? Let's go back to that definition, right? Daniel trusted in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Daniel had confidence in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Daniel had hope in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. He had expectation in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, right? He had expectation. And what's expectations that we should have? That if we do the things that we're told, and we're diligent in this truth, we have the expectation that we will be delivered. You know, Lord willing, we be of that number, but we have an expectation that we're looking for. We're looking for Babylon to fall. We're looking to be delivered from the hands of our enemies and from the hands of those that hate us. You know, these are our expectations: everlasting life, slaves, dominion. Right? This is what faith is going into. You gotta have faith. This is not something that you just come into and you kind of say, all right, we'll see what'll happen. We'll see what'll happen. We'll figure it. We'll figure something out. We'll try this thing out and see where it takes us. No, you gotta be in this thing. You gotta be in this thing, and you gotta have faith while you in this thing, right? Let's get another precept. Right? Let's go to the book of 2 Kings, chapter 6, and I'm gonna start at 13. 2 Kings chapter 6 and verse 13. Now this is when the Syrians came to war against Israel. Right? Salakia. 2 Kings chapter 6. I'm gonna start at verse 13. It says, right? Salakia. verse 13, it says, and he said, go and spy where he is, that I may send and fetch him. And it was told him, saying, behold, he is in Dothan. Right? It says, therefore sent he thither horses and chariots and a great host. And they came by night and compassed the city about. So the Assyrians came to the city, right? It says, and when the servant of the man of the Most High was risen early and gone forth, behold, Salakia, behold, and hosts compassed the city, both with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. Right? So this is Elisha. Right? This is Elisha, and he's telling him that, right? He's telling him, the men that he's with, that fear not, fear not, because there's, yes, you gotta imagine this thing, all these Assyrians compass the city round about, and it's a lot of them, Hey, Elisha said, fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Yahweh, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahweh opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. You see that? So they had faith that the angels of God was with them, that it wasn't the end all be all, in that they were forsaken just by what they saw, right? Because remember, going back into Hebrews 11:1, right? Let's go back into that real quick, because I want to make a point. It's like, I don't want to paraphrase it, right? Hebrews 11:1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. So even though you can't see the angels, you got to believe that wherever you go in this earth, right? When you drive into camp, you driving home from camp, you driving to the plantation, you walking down the street, you going to the store, you all alone in the field. You got to believe that the Most High is with you, and that his angels are with you. That's having hope. That's having hope in the Most High, that just because it's nighttime, or maybe the Most High maybe he can't see me. Maybe I'm going to be overtaken and I'm going to perish in the black and dark night. Oh thou of little faith. Right? You got to have faith that the angels are round about you. You got to have you got to have faith, right? That's what we're going into, right? Because faith is a big thing, right? So if you lack in faith, you got to get into this thing. You got to read, you got to pray, right? You got to ask the Most High to give you more faith, right? Real quick, let's go to Psalms, right? Let's see what David said, right? Look at what David said, right? David, right? Don't sleep on the mighty King David, right? Put some respect on David, right? This book of Psalms, chapter 34 and verse 7, it says, the angel of Yahweh encampeth round about them that fear him, and delivereth them. You can't read that and say, damn, that sounds good. Or you can't read that and say, but is the angels really round about us though? You kind of thinking about it. You kind of I don't want to say the word wrong, extrapolating on it, But is the angels are the angels of the Lord really round about them that fear him? Well, I mean, I don't see them. I mean, where they at? Now you just faithless. You know, now you're just faithless. You know, you got to believe, you got to hope, right? You got to have faith that the angels are round about those that fear the Most High. If you don't fear the Most High, I mean, then the angels are not encamping round about you, right? Because that's not what the scripture says. It says the angel of the Lord encampeth round about them that fear him and delivereth them. So you gotta fear the Most High, you know, and you gotta have faith, right? You gotta have confidence that the angels is here right now, that the angels are around you while you're watching the video, whether you're in the car, whether you're at home. You know, you might be in your living room, you might be in your kitchen. Hey, an angel might be sitting in your damn living room and you don't even know it. Might be standing on top of the roof and you don't even know it. You know? You gotta really get into this thing, and you gotta know that this is not just good sayings and good stories, and you know, this is not a fairy tale. This thing is real. And you got to believe that, you know? Right? Because if you don't have faith, hey, you better start having faith. You better pray to the Most High. You know? And that's why it's important to read. Because as you read and as you pray, you know, and as you continue to be in this thing, you know, you're going to start storing up your faith, you know, and that's why I encourage brothers, you know, you got to read. You know, reading is a beautiful, mighty thing, because the more you read, the more faith you'll have. You know, if you barely read and you just watch the videos all day, in times of adversity, you're not really going to have too much faith, you know? And it's kind of like, do you really have faith even when you say you got faith, right? Like the title of this video, do you have faith? Because, a brother might say, you know, oh, I got faith in the Most High. Yep. I love the Most High. I got faith. My confidence is through the roof. But, you know, something small happens and the brother hands wax feeble, you know? So we got to have faith. And if you don't have faith, you got to ask the Most High, right? The apostles, even asked Yahweh Shai, they told Yahweh Shai to give them more faith. And we're talking about the apostles. We're talking about the 12 apostles, right? We're talking about the 12 apostles, you know? We're not the 12 apostles. So even on the daily, this is what we all should be praying for, me, myself included, right? You should you know, add this in your prayers if it's not already in there, you know? As you're doing your thing, you praying, you know, ask the Most High to give you more faith. Because faith is what's going to get you through a lot of hard times. You know, in Jacob's trouble, when there's no food, you know, when the lights go out, you know, when you know, you hear about that first nuke dropping, you know, somewhere on damn American soil, you know, that faith is going to bring you a long way, you know. That faith is going to take you a long way. Let me get that real quick. With the apostles asking Yahweh Shai to give them more faith, right? This is the book of Luke, chapter 17. Salakia. In verse number 5, right? It says, and the apostle said unto the Lord, increase our faith. So they already have faith, but they ask Yahweh Shai to increase it, you know? And there might be some days where your faith might be lower than other days, you know? You know, it might be the Sabbath, you know, you around the brothers and you just got that zeal on you. You got that zeal on you where you know, your faith is just through the roof. And then when you kind of go home and you kind of by yourself, you know, your faith might decrease, you know, when it shouldn't be that way. Whether you're around brothers or not, you should have faith in the Most High. You know, you shouldn't have to feel that you have to go around a brother to feel that the angels are with you. Like, oh yeah, I gotta go link up with so and so because I know the angels are around him. You know, hey, the angels should be around you. You know, the angels should be around you as well, right? You feel the Most High, you have confidence in the Most High. The angels are, you know, are gonna camp around about you, right? Just imagine if when Daniel got shut in the lions, then all hell started breaking loose. Imagine if he just started trying to jump the wall and his heart was just racing and just freaking out, you know? I mean, who knows what would have happened, you know? But he believed in the Most High, you know? He believed in the Most High, and he got through that. He was tried. You know, the Lord would try you. Do you really believe in me? The Most High would try you, right? That's also in Sirach chapter 2. For gold is tried in the fire, and acceptable man in the furnace of adversity. Right? The Lord will try you. Oh yeah, he said he got faith. All right, let me get his car towed and see what he do. You know? And now brothers falling out the truth because their car got towed. You know? Let's get another precept. Right? Let's go to the book of James. Right? Let's go to the book of James. Right? So ask yourself, do you have faith? You know, do you have faith? This is book of James, chapter 1 and verse 8. It says, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. So you can't be juggling faith. You can't have faith tonight, but you don't have faith tomorrow. All right, you only got faith on the feast days. Only on the feast days are you confident in the Lord. But then when the feast days are over, you second guessing this truth. You know? That's madness. You're unstable, right? The Most High doesn't want an unstable man in his army. You know? The Most High don't want an unstable man in his army. Right? Sisters as well. Right? Sisters, you gotta ask yourself, do you have faith? As well as brothers. Right? This is not just for brothers. Right? Sisters gotta have faith as well. We all gotta have faith. Right? Men, women, and children. You all have to have faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. We all have to have confidence. Right? We all have to have that trust. You know that if we do what the Lord tells us, that we will make it out of here, that he does see our works. You know, that he does hear your prayers, right? It'll be vanity to pray and you don't even believe that the Most High is even hearing your prayers. Right? It's all in vain. You know? Right? Let's get another precept. Let's go to the book of 2 Thessalonians. Right? This book of 2 Thessalonians, verse 3 and 2 Thessalonians chapter 3 and verse number 1. And it reads, finally, brethren, pray for us that the word of the Lord may have free course and be glorified, even as it is with you, and that we may be delivered from unreasonable and wicked men, for all men have not faith. Right? So you gotta watch who you're around. You know, you gotta see the way people move, because the Lord said, and that's wicked. That's wicked to be in this truth and you don't have faith. You don't have faith. You know, that's wicked. You know, those are wicked men. They're in this truth, but you don't have faith in the Most High. You know? That's a wicked thing to wear. How dare you wear fringes? Order you a Bible and an apocrypha. Come around blowing the chauffeur loud as hell, but you don't even believe in this thing. That's wicked, right? That's deceptive, you know? That's deceptive. You know, that's being a deceiver. You know? This brother's really rocking with you. He got faith, but the whole time you don't even got faith. You just around because you seen it on YouTube, or you just heard about it and you just kind of coming around, or it's just fun to you. You know, you looking for Esau to kiss the boot, or you looking for an altercation. You know, you want to see a debate. You come around you come around because you can't wait to see the debates. You know, that's wicked. But the Lord said, "Now all men have faith." And you're gonna know who if a wise man is gonna kind of see who has faith. You know, sometimes you may already know someone doesn't have faith. You know, you might even tell by the way they move. You gotta be sincere in this thing. You know, you gotta be sincere in this thing. But the Lord is telling you, not all men have faith. You know, just because brother put fringes on, or sister put a hair wrap on, doesn't mean that they really believe. You know, they might just be trying this thing out, just seeing what it's about. But they really don't have faith. You know, they might hear certain things and be like, wow, they really believe that? They really believe that America's gonna be destroyed? You know, they don't have faith. I mean, because, yeah, we do believe that. We do believe America's going to be destroyed. And we got confidence that this place will go. We have confidence. Right? You gotta feel this thing. You got to eat this whole roll. You got to read these words, you know? Look into the history. You know, read the scriptures. I mean, look around. You know? So again, the Lord said, not all men have faith. Hey, think about the Israelites that were in the wilderness in the time of Moses. They saw all these miracles and they didn't even have faith in the Most High. Hey, they doubted the Most High every chance they got. Every little bit of chance they got, they doubted. They didn't have faith. You know, they didn't trust in the Lord. They thought the Lord brought them out there to die. They thought they brought them out there to starve them to death. They thought all types of things, just having wicked imaginations. You know, just murmuring, backbiting, not having faith, you know, trying to take matters into their own hands. The Lord say one thing, they say another. Right? Let me get this scripture real quick. In Deuteronomy chapter 32. So like here, Deuteronomy chapter 32 in verse number 20. And it reads, and he said, Salakia. It says, and he said, I will hide my face from them. I will see what their end shall be, for they are a very forward generation, children in whom is no faith. So they displeased the Most High because they didn't have faith. He said, I will hide my face from them. Because why? Because he was displeased. You know? He was displeased at them. You know? Hey, the opposite word for faith is a similarity is mistrust. They mistrusted the Most High, meaning that they didn't trust him. Yeah, he you know, rained fire down from heaven. Yeah, he, you know, turned the rivers into blood, but they didn't have faith. He said, I will see what their end shall be, for they are a very froward generation, children in whom is no faith. They have moved me to jealousy with that which is not God. They have they have provoked me to anger with their vanities, and I will move them to jealousy with those which are not a people. I will provoke them to anger with a foolish nation. You see? So if you don't have faith, you displease the Most High. You displease the Most High, and he doesn't want you around. He doesn't want you he doesn't want you in his house. Because you don't have faith. If you don't have faith, why are you around? And those that have faith, they're gonna move as so. They're not gonna wax feeble over small situations. They're not gonna be questioning, is this thing real or not? They're not gonna they're not gonna forsake the Most High. The Lord said, draw nigh unto me and I will draw nigh unto you. They're going to draw nigh unto the Most High. Because why? Because they have faith in the Most High. Right? They have confidence. They have expectation. That these words are faithful and true. And that generation, they didn't get to see the promised land. Because they had no faith. No faith will have you leaving this truth and worshiping, going back to being a Muslim, going back into Christianity. You're provoking the Most High to anger with your by having no faith, right? We just read it in Hebrews. It is impossible to please the Most High without faith. It is impossible to please Him. Let's get another scripture, right? Let's go to the book. Let's go to the mighty book of Mark, right? Let's go to the mighty book of Mark, chapter 6. It's the book of Mark, chapter 6, in verse. I'll start at verse number 1. It says, right, it's going right, Yahushua, right? It says, and he went out from thence and came into his own country, and his disciples followed him. And when the Sabbath day was come, he began to teach in the synagogue, and many hearing him were astonished, saying, from whence has this man these things? And what wisdom is this which is given unto him, that even such mighty works are wrought by his hands? Right? So they're kind of like, who does he think he is? Right? Who is this? Who does he think he is? Right? Reading on. And this is in his own country. It says, is not this the carpenter, the son of Mary, the brother of James and Hoseas and Judah and Simon? And are not his sisters here with us? And they were offended at him. You see that? They was offended at the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords, and the Lord of Lords, because he was not without honor. They didn't believe that he was a son of God, right? They thought he was just. They didn't have faith that all these mighty works that he wrought, that he must be the son of God, right? They were offended at him. They didn't have confidence that he will be the root that'll come out of David, right? Right, verse 4, it says, but Yahushua said unto them, a prophet is not without honor, but in his own country and among his own kin and in his own house. And he could there do no mighty work, save that he laid hands upon a few sick folk and healed them. And he marveled because of their unbelief. And he went round about the villages teaching. You see that? So he didn't do mighty works there. You know? He did mighty works, but he wasn't going to continue to do mighty works. You know? It says, I'm gonna read verse 5 again. It says, and he could there do no mighty work, save that he laid his hands upon a few sick folk and healed them. Right? Because of their unbelief. Right? Because they didn't have faith. You know? They didn't have faith. The Most High is not gonna you know, Lord will leave you. He'll forsake you. He'll leave you and go to the next brother. You know? And that's what Yahushua did. It says, verse 6, it says, and he marveled because of their unbelief, and he went round about the villages teaching. So, hey, y'all don't got faith, or I'm gonna go over here to these brothers and sisters, because these brothers and sisters, they got faith. They believe in me. I want them. I want that brother in my army, because he has faith. You know, he has faith no matter the circumstances. You know, you gotta have faith no matter the circumstances. You know, you can't just believe this thing is real. You can't just have faith when everything is going good. You know, it's easy to have faith when everything's going good. Everything's just seems to be going your way. You know, but let things not go your way. Are you still gonna have faith? You know. Let's get another precept. Let's go to the book of Acts. So again, do you have faith? And if you do, we all need to ask for more faith. Right? You can never store up enough faith. You can't say, yeah, I got enough. I got enough faith over here. Hey, y'all need some faith? I got enough. You know what? I got too much faith. You know? There's never enough faith. You can never have too much faith. You know? You could never, there's no limit here, you know? You gotta keep going and keep going, you know? Your faith, you gotta have more faith this year in the truth than you did last year. You gotta have more faith this month than you did last year. You know, the Lord said to increase more and more. You can't just stop your faith right there and say, this is it. Okay, check mark. I obtained faith. What else? And then you put, I don't know, you know, you got these boxes and you just making it seem like that you reach your peak, you know? Right? Let's get another precept. Let's go to the book of Acts, chapter 14 and I'm gonna start at verse 21, right? Acts 14 and verse 21. It says, and when they had preached the gospel to that city and had taught many, they returned again to Lystra and to Iconium and Antioch. Right? Verse 22, it says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith. Right? So I'm exhorting brothers to continue in the faith. You know, we should all be exhorting each other to continue in the faith, you know, because I'm sure, I don't want to say each and every one of us, but if you've been in this truth long enough, you've seen people that once had faith and they don't have faith anymore. You've seen people that once believed and they don't believe anymore. And it's a sad thing, you know. It breaks my, you know, it's a sad thing. I'm going to say that. It's a sad thing seeing brothers and sisters once believe in this thing, you know, reading, you know, shaking the hand, teaching, showing up, excited, and they go from that and then to not having faith anymore, to not believing in Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai anymore, right? Read that again. Verse 20, Acts 14 and 22, it says, confirming the souls of the disciples and exhorting them to continue in the faith, and that we must, through much tribulation, enter into the kingdom of the Most High. Right? So you got to continue in the faith, and you have to know through much tribulation. Don't think that you're just going to be in this truth and this is going to be a walk in the park. It's going to be some hard times. It's going to be a lot of hard times. We just read it's going to be a lot of hard times. The Lord said through much tribulation. He never said it was going to be a walk in the park, you know? So through much tribulation, no matter the circumstances, we got to have faith. We got to have faith, and we have to continue in the faith, you know? We got to continue in the faith, you know? So what if people say things about you? You know? So what if people think things about you? So what if you lose your job? You know? So what if you lose your house? You gotta continue in the faith. You gotta take it cheerfully. You gotta brush it off and keep going. You know? We gotta keep going until the end. This thing don't stop. You know? So again, do you have faith? You know, if you don't, you need to ask for faith. And if you do, you got to ask for more faith. You know, so I encourage brothers to continue in the faith and to pray to pray to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai that he may give you more faith, that he may increase your faith. You know, that he may increase your zeal. You know, don't let faith leave you, because it's impossible to please the Most High. You know, let me get I'm gonna get one more precept, right? I'm gonna close out with this one, right? This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 44. It says, therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. So the Lord said, be ye also ready, right? And to be ready, you got to have faith. You know, you got to be ready. If you don't have faith, then you're not ready. You know, if you don't, that's plain. If you don't have faith, then you're not ready. You know, so the Lord said, be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not, the Son of Man cometh. You know, that hour when you thought, you know, you're going to be here for another year. You know, that time when you thought nothing's going to happen in you got 2 more years. You know, don't burn out. You know, don't burn out. Continue in the faith. And if you don't have faith, you got to pray. You got to pray. And if you do got faith, you also have to pray. We all should be asking the Most High. You know, it don't matter who you are. You got some brothers, you know, and maybe even sisters, they might think they're too mighty to ask the Lord for faith. I mean, ask the Lord to increase their faith. You know, stop thinking you too mighty to ask the Lord these things. You know, but with that, I'm gonna close up giving all honor and glory to Yahweh B'Hashem Hamashiach wa Malaki Hawashai. Lord willing, this video is edifying. Lord willing, brothers and sisters, continue in the faith. And with that, Kwam Yasharallah, Shalom.